Good evening, I'm Tony Consiglio. It's a debate that comes up at the end of every NFL regular season. Should teams that clinch a playoff spot rest their stars to avoid the risk of injury? Well, this year the Patriots didn't, and after Week 17, they were left to wonder whether that was a mistake. It was just 5 minutes into their final regular season game. On a seemingly routine cut to the inside, Patriots wide receiver Wes Welker dropped, and so did the hearts of Patriots fans everywhere.
And he was holding his knee. Welker holding his knee.
Welker had carried the Patriots offense for much of the season, but couldn't even carry himself off the field. He had torn his ACL and MCL and left the Patriots with a need to rework their game plan for the playoffs.
Last week we had a game plan that featured Wes a lot, and plays that were for him and plays that he worked on in practice.
And the Patriots have just 1 week of practice to get ready for their game with the Ravens, and losing Welker doesn't make that matchup any easier.
Having a week to prepare as far as, not having him in there. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to look at that for us, it's hard to look at it from that perspective just because, we lost Wes for the year.
But the team has to move on minus Brady's favorite target and get ready for the team that nearly knocked them off in Week 4.
You have to kick it into gear. There's no excuses now. I mean, you worked all year for this point.
It's pretty cool, to be in this position and to have the opportunity to play, here in the playoffs. There's only 12 teams playing this week. Well, would Tom and the gang be able to make it to the final 8? Well, it didn't look good early. On Baltimore's first play from scrimmage, Ray Rice gets some blocks and heads towards the sidelines. 83 yards later, he gets into the end zone, hardly touched. 7-0 Ravens just 16 seconds in. On the ensuing drive, Brady fumbled, leading to another Ravens TD to put them up by 14. Midway through the first now, Brady trying to get something going, but instead finds Chris Carr for the interception. Baltimore takes over on the Pats' 25. 6 plays later, it's Rice again from the 1-yard line. 21-0 Ravens in the first. In the third now, down 20, Brady finding Julian Edelman, who's helping to ease the pain of being without Welker. His second TD of the day. It's now 27-13. In the fourth, the Pats need a huge stop on 3rd and 7. Joe Flacco dropping back to pass. He can't find an open man, so heads to the sideline. And with that extra reach, gets just enough for the first down that keeps the drive alive. 3 plays later, it's Willis McGahee taking it in from 3 yards out, slamming the door on any Patriots comeback. The Pats season comes to an end. They suffer their first home loss of the year. They lose 33-14. Brady throwing for just 154 yards and 3 interceptions.
Really wasn't much to feel good about in yesterday's performance, all the way around. We're all accountable for it. It starts with me, and we worked long and hard this season, and to finish that way is certainly a big disappointment.
We had a lot of problems over the course of the year, and consistency in practice, consistency in the games. I mean, those were all something that we were looking for. Something we talked about, and it was a point of emphasis from our coach.
Well, now that the season is over, it's time to look ahead, and there is no more important place to start than with Brady. The star QB is heading into the final year of a 6-year, $60 million deal he signed with New England in 2005. Locking up the 32-year-old long-term is a high priority of team owner Robert Kraft. He says he's optimistic about being able to reach an agreement. Brady, of course, has led the Patriots to 3 Super Bowl titles, an undefeated regular season in 2007, and set an NFL record that year with 50 touchdown passes while taking home the league's most valuable player award. He is the all-time Patriots leader in several passing categories. And speaking of quarterbacks, could the Patriots be adding a high-profile one in this year's draft? The Patriots are reportedly just one of a handful of teams to have held a private workout with former Florida Gator Tim Tebow. Scouts are split on whether the 2007 Heisman Trophy winner can become a successful quarterback in the NFL, but Coach Bill Belichick has spoken highly of him. The pair was also reportedly spotted having dinner in the North End. A matchmaking in the works? Possibly. But if you think Belichick is giving any indication on what his plans are for draft day, think again.
I think we definitely have some flexibility. I don't know how the draft's going to go. I don't have any idea. I think you just prepare for it and then take it as the events start unfolding, and then you realistically can do something, then you decide what you want to do.
And make sure to keep it here for all of your latest Patriots news. I'm Tony Consiglio.